There it is. Now we've got 2 feeding stalls inside of a loafing shed. Kind of get a better view of what's going on. We have slam latches on each one of these gates, so they fold out and they also fold in. Give you a better view from inside. Each slam latch works in both directions, so we can fold the gate either way. But this is our little transformer barn, and it used to be very, very muddy and very wet whenever it rained, even just a little bit. And now with the flex base underneath and the ground asphalt shingle, it's actually very functional, and it wasn't super expensive to build. Being made out of wood and, sacrated into the ground, each one of these 4x4s goes down about 2.5 feet, and it has probably 2 bags, 80-pound bags of sacrete in there. That's not going to last for a real long time. It won't last as long as metal will, but this should be good enough to get us by for a while. And if you're looking for a cheap structure to make, this might be a design to consider. If you don't have the ability to build a barn to feed in, but you need stalls and you also need a loafing shed, this is basically a double loafing shed that converts into 4 stalls. Did he just kick?
Huh?
Did he just? It looked like Ramsey just kicked. Maybe he's got a flyer. He's kicking.
Oh. Yeah, no, he's kicking at the pony. Come on, Sheldon. Come on, buddy. Attaboy. And that's how it's done.
That is how it's done. So I hooked up a disconnect that ties into the electric in the barn, and this will give us a place up here to, in the future, connect different electricity to this barn. So this is Wade right here. Howdy, Wade. What are you doing, buddy? Try to get Wade in frame here. What are you doing, Wade? Look at his leg. Look at that front leg right there. Man, it's a bowed tendon big time. So Wade hurt himself when he was running away from somebody trying to do something nice for him. Somebody was going to groom him, and he got a little excited. I wish it wasn't made out of 4x4s, but when we started with this, somebody else came in and put the 4x4s in place and moved on to a different job, and I took this over. And so we've got 2 double loafing areas, and I guess let me come through the electric fence and try not to shock myself. So what we've got in each side is 2 loafing areas that open up into one large loafing area. So this piece of gate right here, which I had to cut to fit, because when we started on this project, nothing was plumb, nothing was even. The gate was a 10-foot gate, and we've cut it down, and I welded it together, and it goes on this slam latch right here, which you can open either way. So we fold it back in to the wall when we're not using it, and this area can become a loafing shed with two fans, and And a whole bunch of bees right there. There's a whole bunch of bees, spiders, and other stuff. And we did have an old camera system out here, which that needs to be taken down. But we've replaced it with a PoE system that is that's a 5 megapixel camera, and the enclosure is real glass. So that thing rocks. You can see it in the dark. And across the front here, you can see we got some string lights that are LED. We also have a misting system that was connected. We haven't used it this past summer, but the first summer we had this up, it got really, really hot. It's just a real basic structure. It's been up for a year. And we do have electric on this side as well. And we've got water here. And got a camera up there so we can see out into the past. The structure out here that these guys are in, yeah, we need a PTZ up here so we can zoom out and see those guys at night. The stuff that I'm walking on is actually a ground up shingle, like a asphalt shingle that you put on a roof. And this is the kind of ground that we have here. It's dark clay. They call it caliche. They call it gumbo. When it gets wet, you know, it sticks to you, it becomes slippery. And this is I built this up with about 24-ish yards of flex base. So it's kind of a rock that's usually a mix of these larger pieces right here. That I don't know where my foot is. Where's my foot? Right there. It's made up of rock that's maybe the maximum size, like that. So maybe 2 inches. And then it goes down to real small stuff. Flex base is kind of what you put underneath, like for a foundation of a driveway. And then we put 17 yards of these asphalt shingles, and they work great. I mean, if I zoom in here, you can see this. It's like roofing shingle that they've ground up, and it's just varying sizes. This stuff locks up really nice. And when they make a mess in their stall, it picks out pretty good. You don't if you use a pick to clean all this stuff up, you don't pick much of the shingle up with it. The main thing is, though, when it gets wet, this stuff does not become smushy. They don't sink in it. So yeah, this is our little 4-stall shed row barn that kind of organically happened. So this side right here is open to the pasture, and these guys come and go as they please. And we've got a wire across this, a little paddock here for Wade, because he is on stall rest, and he's probably going to be on stall rest for a long time. But this should be good enough to get us by for a while. And if you're looking for a cheap structure to make, this might be a design to consider. If you don't have the ability to build a barn to feed in, but you need stalls and you also need loafing shed, this is basically a double loafing shed that converts into 4 stalls. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.